Margie Satrapi is a graphic novelist, cartoonist, film director, and also a children's book author. She was born in 1969 in Iran in the city of Rush, which has a lot of French influence. That's why she has lived most of her life in France and has a French nationality. After the Iranian Revolution in 1979, she went to live to Austria with her parents, and then when she was 21, she moved to France. Her most famous book is Persepolis, which has also a movie that was directed and written by her. This book has 2 volumes in English and 4 in French. Besides Persepolis, she also has more than 10 published books in both English and French, and has participated in 3 more movies. Persepolis is the story of a Muslim girl who experiences a series of changes in her life due to the events in her environment. The story is framed during the Muslim Revolution in Iran and illustrates Margie's internal conflicts during this period. Before everything happened, Margie was a very religious girl, and she used to believe that one day she would be a prophet. She also believed that God had chosen Emperor Shah. Her parents believed in the revolution and went out to protest daily against the emperor. One day, her father told her the story of her grandfather, who was the son of the former emperor, overthrown by Shah's father. Margie was shocked with the story and how her grandfather suffered unjustly in prison. She learned how Shah's father had risen to power by handing over the oil of her country and how he began to spend his wealth in exuberant parties. It was there when Margie began to realize that her country suffered a great social injustice and discovered why she felt so uncomfortable with her father driving a Cadillac, or that her house cleaner did not eat with everyone at the table. Because of this, she began to move away from God and approach to Mark's books. Later, she began to feel like going out to protest. One day, she decided to convince her house cleaner to go out to protest with her. They did it, but her parents found out and got very upset with them. Soon, Emperor Shah was overthrown and exiled from the country. Margie began to realize how the people around her changed their thinking depending on what was happening at the time. For example, her teacher used to say that God has chosen the emperor, but now she spoke in favor of revolution and freedom. Margie began to feel an air of freedom in the atmosphere, as did her parents and all the people around her. All the prisoners were released, some of whom were known to Margie's family. Although everything seemed very good, there were still many things that she didn't understand, but that later she would begin to see more clearly.